I am Wally Wang here with Notes from the Underground. I'm here with Jose at Twitch Con.
Yes, sir. TwitchCon 2019, Jose Perez from Experience VR. So we're looking for some cool people to interview today, right, Wally?
Yeah, we're going to look at some vendors. We're going to look at just participants. We're going to talk to gamers. We're going to talk to streamers. It's going to be pretty interesting here.
Very good time. I can't wait. Looking forward to it. Let's see who we find and what kind of stuff they're doing on Twitch.
In Microsoft in the early days of Microsoft.
Wow.
I was recruited by Bill to run all marketing for Microsoft during the 80s.
Oh, wow.
And so I literally
MS-DOS.
I was telling him that I was the guy who named Windows Windows.
You named it.
And I was explaining how we came up with the name Windows.
Yeah.
Why Windows was the only name it could be. There was only one name it could be. It had to be Windows. I was explaining to him why.
Okay.
And then I launched Windows.
Oh, wow.
But I did all the branding and marketing. And Bill recruited me out of the skincare and cosmetics business.
Really? You were doing that before?
I was with Neutrogena Corporation. I was vice president of global marketing for Neutrogena.
Wow.
And Bill was a big fan of branding.
Yeah.
He had followed Neutrogena and said. He says, and so
they know what they're doing.
They knew what so he called me. To make a long story short, he says, look, I want you to do for Microsoft what you did for Neutrogena.
Oh, wow.
And he says, we need to create a brand. And I said, but Bill, why? I don't even own a computer. I said, what the hell? Why me?
Right.
He goes, because nobody in this industry understands that.
Right.
Nobody understands how to brand. And if you come in and brand Microsoft, nobody will be able to compete with us.
Right.
And he was right.
Yeah.
He was right.
He was right.
He was right. So in the late 80s, early 90s, nobody could compete with us.
Wow.
So Bill brings me over to his office, and he's telling me about, they're showing me this thing. I'm going, so is this a new operating system? He goes, no. It sits on top of the operating system. I said, so it's a new application. He goes, no. Applications sit on top of it. So I'm going, okay, what is it? He says, they're called GUIs, graphical user interface. Right. So I go, GUIs? I said, does anybody else have a GUI? And he goes, oh yeah. Xerox has a GUI, IBM has a GUI, VisiCorp, when VisiCorp, Quarterdeck was a little company in Santa Monica, had a GUI. He says, oh yeah. I said, so we're late. And he goes, oh yeah, we're really late.
Wow.
But we're going to launch in Comdex in 6 months. He goes, so we got to put the plan together, the launch plan together. And he says, and so I said, okay, well, that's what I do. I'll go back. So I'm leaving the office. He goes, oh, by the way, the developers already have the name. And I'm going, well, that's fascinating.
Right.
I don't tell them how to write code. But they're going to tell me. Well, I said, what name do they want to call it? Yeah. He says, they want to call it Interface Office Manager. And I go, okay.
That's
I tell you what, Bill,
dry.
I'll take that under advisement. So I go back to my group and I said, guys, we got together all the articles written about these GUIs. We tape them up around this room. I said, okay, let's look for commonality. What were they saying? They weren't calling them GUIs.
Or interface office manager.
They were calling them windowing systems. And I said, holy shit.
There it is.
If these are windowing systems, there's only one name we can be. We've got to be Windows. Because when we launch, it repositions everybody else as part of us. So it repositioned everybody. So I remember coming back to Bill and saying, Bill, we got. He says, well, you got to convince the developers.
Inter-office manager.
So to make a long story short, it came all the way down to the printing of the manual that had blanks where the name was supposed to go.
No way, that late in the game, it was decided.
They had no idea.
The night before we had to go to press,
Wow.
Bill finally agreed to the name. Yeah.
And what did the developers think? They wanted their interoffice.
They wanted interface office man. They wanted. This is a lot of the books.
Of course.
If you get the book, there's the one really accurate book, and you got to now order it because it's not around. It's called Barbarians
At the gate?
Led by Bill Gates.
Yeah, okay.
Have you read that one?
No, I heard of
it.
it, yeah.
It's Barbarians. Well, it's very accurate. It's so accurate. There's a lot of stuff in there Microsoft didn't want.
Really?
printed.
Wow.
Yeah. So they basically tried to hold the book up from being published.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
so if you ever
crazy.
get one book you read, that's the old history of Microsoft.
That's the real one. That's the one to
That's the
read.
real. That's the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Okay.
Then we had this big launch, and we figured out how to launch it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think Windows was a better name.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely by far, right?
But it was the only name.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
when you used to sell windowing, you're all calling them windowing systems.
Right.
It was the only name we could be.
Right.
Yeah.
Had
I mean,
to
it's
be
sitting
Windows.
right there in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Had to be
not
Windows.
interface office
Yeah.
manager.
Yeah.
And so now,
Are you working with?
I'm co-chairman of Wormhole.
You're working with Wormhole.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
so
no.
now-
you're
Curtis and I are partners. We
Oh,
go way
okay.
back.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
We
cool.
were
okay.
every nerd in the computer industry
Yeah.
that had a trash 80.
The Sinclairs,
Yeah.
the Ataris,
Yeah.
the Commodores,
Yeah.
the trash, the TRS-80,
Yeah, TRS-80.
Radio Shack.
Radio.
So
I
we
don't know.
knew. So what we knew, we thought we did a lot of research, and we were the first ones to do real formal market research. We figured out that on almost every block in the country, there was a person we called Joe. Now Joe owned a trash 80,
Right.
and he was on his computer 40 to 50 hours a week minimum.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, but more importantly, if I'm a newbie coming in to buy software for the first time, the first person I turn to
Is
is Joe,
Joe.
and I say, Joe, what? I'm buying a computer.
Yeah.
What software?
Which one do I get?
Well, Joe was made. We found out there were 15,000 Joes in the country, making 20 to 25 recommendations a week.
Wow.
Times 52 weeks a year. You own Joe.
Yeah.
You own the industry.
everything.
Yeah.
So what we did was we analyzed that and we went out and we said, okay, how do we own Joe?
Right.
What do we have to do to influence Joe?
Yeah.
And there are a few things. One of them is they all were members of these computing societies.
Right, the
Remember the
little ones.
Boston Computing
Right, the
Society?
little group.
Yeah, the little group.
Uh-huh.
So
All
we
over.
went out and started doing alpha software. We'd give them alpha and beta software.
Oh, to get
We
them
would give them
using.
equipment. We do everything, and it's to ingratiate them to Microsoft and what
Right.
Microsoft's development was doing.
Oh, okay.
So then the other thing we did that people didn't realize was we were the first company to have 24/7 tech support.
Really?
Now, we didn't do that for the newbie.
Right.
We did it for Joe because it wasn't the newbie calling the tech lines.
Yeah.
It was the newbie when the software wouldn't work. They'd say, "Oh, it's me. I'm doing something wrong,
Right.
And I don't even know what question to ask,
Right, exactly.
So so I'll work around it.
They're
Yeah.
intimidated.
While Joe would go, bullshit. This thing,
doing it
they're
right.
supposed to do it, and get on they really
Right.
get on the tech side. So we
Right.
said, give them 24/7 tech,
Right.
and when you call in, ask them 3 questions. It will determine if they're a Joe or not. And if they're a Joe, you put these guys on the phone with them
Great.
Yeah.
and make them happy.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
care
all.
what you do. Man.
Right.
So within not too long, the Joes of the world were saying, "Hey, I don't know, if Microsoft has one of these what software program you're looking for, but if they do, you should buy Microsoft."
Right.
Wow. And there you are. We take for granted 24/7 support now.
Exactly, yeah,
But you guys
now.
started it. That's a great
Yeah.
story.
Thank
It's
you very much.
amazing. Rowland Hanson.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, Rowland,
Yeah.
have a good one. Thank you so much.
Does this give us energy? Rob Stone needs some energy right now. So can you give Rob Stone some energy?
It comes from a natural source of caffeine, coupled with nootropics like mushroom blend and herbal extracts. It has a specific ingredient called Lutamax 2020. It's supposed to help with blue light absorption in your eyes. It's supposed to mitigate the blue light damage from your photoreceptors in your eyes. No sugar. There's only 15 calories per serving and has 3 carbs. and it's all around natural, U.S. made and manufactured in U.S. Yeah.
Pretty good too.
Yeah, you're just gonna feel more alert, more focused. You're not gonna have any jitters. You're just gonna have a natural, clean source of energy with no fall off.
And we're talking with Turkey Lips, who is a streamer. Talking with what game? What's your favorite game?
Currently, well, ever was Phantasy Star Universe, but I'm playing right now is Fortnite. That's what I play now.
So like the Fortnite right
I'm a
here. Got the
convert.
DJ. Like, I do stream myself on. I play with my kids, so that's amazing. So when you say you play Fortnite, it's pretty cool, man. My kids
every
love to
night.
watch it. Yeah, yeah, man. How long did it take you to get to where you're at right now? Like, how long you been playing for?
So I started playing about the end of season 1, and at
Oh,
the time
wow.
I was working 2 jobs, and I was trying to play, and I finally made a good amount of money in one of the tournaments, and I was able to quit my job, and then I dedicated to full-time streaming, and now I'm paid. Yeah, I get salaried by an organization to play, and I also, you know, whatever I make through Twitch.
That's amazing, man. That's so amazing. So since season 1, so you, like you said, stuck with the game. I mean, it's been what, 3 years
A
now?
lot of things that I wasn't happy with. It's just there's no other game like it right now. You know what I mean? And I know it. There's a lot of people that have a stigma like, oh, it's for immature kids. But when you really break it down to the level of mechanics that goes into the game, it's not a simple thing to play. As much as you don't want to admit it, it's a difficult game. So it's really impressive that these kids nowadays are even able to do some of the stuff they do. I don't know. I think it doesn't get the credit that it deserves in terms of they really put thought into the game. Yeah.
So Turkey Lips, what advice would you give parents who see their kids playing these games and say, oh, you can't make a living at it?
The thing I will say is gaming is definitely a unique thing. It's not trendy, but I can understand where a parent would be like, do you really want to do this as a passion, or are you just kind of on a wave? The advice that I give is I've been playing video games since I was 4. As long as you differentiate what reality is in a video game, I feel like you'll be able to kind of like take away the idea that gaming creates these antisocial, lazy like people. That tends to be the stigma that's associated. That's why kids are like, I don't want my kid to grow up and be lazy. It's like, well, I stream and I literally just play games every day. I still go to the gym. Just because I play games doesn't mean I don't care about myself. So I feel like if your kid is good enough to play competitively, they'll know and you'll know, and it's important to kind of distinguish, like, I don't know if you're making any money here, but like, don't be hard on them because it's hard to get good at a game. Because there's scholarships and things that are being offered to kids nowadays for League of Legends, Fortnite, Dota, and real-time strategy games that I feel develop real life skills as well. So I think it's important to keep an open mind. I don't have a child, so I can't tell you how to raise yours, but I think it's important to keep an open mind to the possible avenues that there are nowadays, because individuality is being promoted more than anything. So I think it's worth it to let kids do what they want.
Right. So a lot of parents think kids are just going to play video games and they'll be absolutely useless in life.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, I feel like a lot of my social skills came from games, reading subtitles and stuff in games when I grew up. I'm like, what does that word mean? Now I got to know what it means, and I'll use it in conversation. I'm like, man, I'm smart as hell, you know? Even though I'm really not, though. Yeah. I'm like, oh, wow, cool. I was like, that's cool. I learned that from a video game. So, like, for a lot of people to tell me that, like, playing video games is detrimental, I don't see it. You know what I mean? I can see where some people might get too deep into a habit, and it can become unhealthy, and that's something that needs to be checked. But not every gamer is like that. Just because I sit around and play games for 8 hours doesn't mean I'm antisocial and don't want to go out. I'm just enjoying what I'm doing.
Right,
you know?
right. This is what you do.
Yeah.
I want to take you real quick because I am a father and I play with my kids, so you hit home everything that I preach about Fortnite. You know, I was talking to your son earlier, right? And he was like, he doesn't like Fortnite. And I'm telling him, like, it's the best game ever I ever played in my entire life. So you hit home everything that I preach. Thank you so much from a very professional gamer.
All of my ats on social media is just at the Turkey Lips.
It's amazing input. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thanks for talking to us.
Get more out of life with Dynamite.
Wormhole is actually a platform that connects gamers, whether you're a casual gamer on mobile phones or all the way up to some of the big streamers on Twitch here. So it connects you in a really cool way. So right now you can watch streams and it's kind of passive. You're just watching it, which is terrific.
Okay.
And we allow you to step into the stream and actually do an enhanced teleporting right into what we call wormholing. And so whether you're in front of you, like right in front of you, you can actually see everyone here and everyone's an avatar and you can interact with them just like your friends. You can buy things together, play games, and it takes this whole area around here, kind of like Pokemon Go. But instead of playing games and capturing things, you're interacting with real people. What you'll see in our partnership with Twitch is that streamers you'll be able to go into their stream and into their clubhouse, kind of like in Ready Player One.
Right.
And the streamers will be able to have endless content and interactions that kind of go beyond streaming. So wherever the streamers go that you're following, you can hang out with them, walking side by side with them and experiencing things you never could before. But really, it's my love for my two sons that are 8 and 12, and all they do is play games. They're huge gamers, huge fans of all the streamers here.
Yeah.
You know, and it was one night, my 12-year-old, he started crying.
Really?
And I said, Caden, what are you crying about? And he said, well, I just played a game with this really cool kid, and I'll never get to know him, and I'll never see him,
again,
I'll never see him again.
True, very
So I realized we need to take Wormhole and focus it on gaming.
Yeah.
Because with Wormhole, he can meet that kid,
Stay in touch.
Wormhole into his country, walk around his crib and interact just like they're sitting next to each other. And so really it's a social platform that brings the world of gaming and interaction to a whole new level.
Thanks so much. I look forward to it. Thank you for doing it. It's amazing. All right. Awesome stuff. Wormhole.gg.
Rise and shine. We got no time. Rise and shine.
Yeah, folks, we're here, Twitch Con 2019. We are here. Parker, look at this, Parker.
Hey, what's up?
Parker, you have a good time? How you enjoy it?
Oh, it's so far so good.
Tell me what you're doing. Explain to us.
I'm setting up my settings right now.
Now, Parker, is there a certain type of keyboards that you like?
I'd have to say probably Corsair keyboards.
Okay.
So now, you got to really rely on building to not... Oh, he hit him. He tagged him. Ooh, Parker tagged him.
Lag.
Oh, Parker clutched it out here. It's a good one. Good game.
Okay.
GG's, guys.
Yeah.
I said GG's.
Do you like to build in wood, Parker?
No, but for 1v1s usually I like to build.
1v1's wood, right? Do you usually kind of agree on what you guys build on a 1v1?
Sometimes, but if it's like a free-for-all and there's a whole bunch of people, I usually build metal because it's one of the most sufficient building materials.
Gotcha. Okay.
Whatever you're good at, you can place a cone, edit it to whichever side you want, or whatever. You want to go towards the middle, running. Like I can't do it slow-mo, but running, and then it pushes you to the side, and then you can pull out your sniper and then just start,
Strategy. That was all strategy right there.
I've never been able to edit this fast in my life. I don't know what about it. I think it's the zero ping, but I've never been able to edit this fast in my life.
And he knows exactly what he's doing. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Like it's moving so fast.
Right.
It's like, and his fingers are crazy.
And the mouse, he's got
the concentration.
He's got the mouse in the right hand, the keyboard in his left.
That's probably the best player I've ever seen in a while.
Okay, you hear that? It's a little bit of a compliment over there. All right, it's all friendly competition here.
You don't my duo tournament partner.
Right. Wow.
Really? Okay, awesome.
Well, that's the way to get better. You got to play against people who are very good.
Very true, and also play against different people, right, Parker? Because if you play against the same people all the time, you know their tendencies, right? Right. So this is amazing that you get to play a whole different person. Let's see. Oh, he got him. All right. Looks like Parker had a little bit of trouble to move backwards. Did you?
The keyboard, you're used to going backwards and you can't.
A little bit of trouble going backwards there, but it was a good fight. All right. That was a good fight. He won one.
The Game Show is a live event where we play video games, listen to chill music, and give out prizes. Because everyone likes prizes, gaming has always been a social activity. So why not game with friends old and new at a cool bar, have a few drinks, maybe even win something. We focus on fun, not competition. Come hang out and play games like Peggle, Drawful, Speedrunners, Jeopardy, and Quiplash. We even do VR Pictionary. Come on down to one of our events and see for yourself why people are going wild over the game show.
We're here with Savo. He does these beautiful portraits here, right?
Yes.
So yeah, just Savo. You said these were back here all yours, right? You got those portraits back here.
Yeah, so the portraits and everything are mine, and then all this is my boy Jeremy. That's my partner in creative, my PIC.
Okay, awesome. Is that Jeremy right there?
Yeah, this is Jeremy
awesome.
Work
Jeremy
from Atlanta.
Out here, little working.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, man. So you were doing Twitch before Twitch was Twitch, right? You know what I mean? So we're doing that.
That's what they say. I mean, we started with creative right after Amazon bought Twitch. They had a creative department and a music department. So we were part of the beta program. So we were there right in the beginning when it was real small. I call the first class of creative. It was a real small community of us, and maybe a couple dozen of us that streamed on a full-time basis. So
just a couple dozen to now, like, so, you know, you just said the massiveness of it now is ridiculous, right?
Yeah. 4.5 years later, it's incredible. Like, I went to the first Twitch Con. It was dope. It was awesome.
Right.
So this, in 4.5 years, this is one of the biggest, greatest expansions that I've ever been a part of. And it's just getting bigger and bigger. And I remember then they wanted to be part of, a household name. And I think it's getting to that point, especially with the Ninjas and the Dr. Disrespect, Shroud. You're getting this thing with they're becoming household name like YouTube and all the other formats.
Right, totally. That's definitely, because YouTube has a streaming as well, right? They got their streaming thing there.
Microsoft has
They wanted to be like Twitch. Yeah,
they want to be like Twitch. That's good. It is pretty crazy, and then the expansion is nuts. Comic-Con, you think it could get to like Comic-Con level?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, I love Comic-Con, and, being from San Diego, that's part of our traditional year. That's where you can bring the kids. You don't even have to have tickets. You can walk around now. Twitch is definitely going to be that big, and I say in less than 5 years, it's going to be that big. It's definitely going to be comparable to Comic-Con. Absolutely.
Wow.
That's cool.
Now, Sam, I have a question for you. As an artist, what advice would you give other artists who want to use Twitch as a platform?
Quit and go get an education. One of the greatest things about being on Twitch was I had accountability. I told my stream I was going to be there from 6 to 2 a.m. every day. That's what I had to do. So what it does is that you have some accountability as an artist and makes you paint. The other thing is you might not know how to get into the artist community in your local neighborhood. Being on Twitch, you're with tons of great nationwide, worldwide artists.
Right.
So it's really cool. That's how me and Jeremy and I met.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was like one of those things where it was cool because we just wanted to be artists and right, and that's it, And so it was cool to be able to have that kind of connection with so many artists. Because a lot of us are kind of weird, We don't paint on stage or anything. We just want to be in our studios or in our house and just paint. That's all. We just want to create.
Yeah, and it's great that it gives you the platform there. It's amazing. You guys are a live, living story of how you just connect with anybody around the world there. So that's amazing. You guys have been doing this and you guys are riding it out. Is it hard? Because you're a painter. You're not really playing games. Is it a little bit difficult there to get some, what do you think?
Here's the thing. When it's always been a gaming site. Sorry, I see Danaru.
You're good.
It's always been one of those things where it's always been gaming. A lot of people still didn't know it was art. And then now that it's art, it's one of those things that when we first started, we got a ton of attention with Bob Ross, with Adobe and stuff like that. Then all the other categories came, and the creatives kind of suffered because of it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. But you guys are sticking it through, and you guys are doing really good, which is amazing.
It's Savo888, or on Instagram, it's The Block, THABLOCK.
Awesome, yeah. Go follow them, guys. Check out this beautiful, amazing
art. Follow my boy Jeremy Worst, too. Jeremy Worst on all platforms. There you go, look.
Jeremy Worst. Beautiful art, guys, but it's really amazing, and it's awesome. Love that you're from San Diego, obviously local here. You know what I mean? So you want to see this grow because it grows the city, so that's amazing.
Absolutely.
All love.
I'm so glad that they announced it was going to be here next year. So,
that's awesome.
I'm happy and I'm grateful because look at how beautiful this is for artists and for us to show our stuff up here. This is great.
Great platform. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. You guys are amazing, and keep doing what you do, man. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much.
Parker, just for you and your experience the last 48 hours, does this bigger? Is it better? I mean, what was your expectation of seeing Twitch or being at Twitch Con?
I love TwitchCon. I got to meet some of the big streamers.
Like who? Give us some names.
Tim, the Tatman, Cloaksy, no, not the Cloaksy, Skeptic, and Dr. Lupo.
All right. And for you, what's going to be your takeaway when you get home? Did you learn anything about maybe new skills, new things for Fortnite, or anything that you've seen?
I'm just gonna hop right on Fortnite with my friends. That's literally all I'm gonna do.
That's it. That's it. Folks, again, this is Parker. Please support him. He's looking for a PC. We're looking for a PC too. You know what I'm saying? Give us a PC too. He get one, we get one too. But folks, we're here. Notes from the Underground, KNSJ 89.1 FM. I will throw them out there. I'm also throwing out, get over here, VR Experience right here. Experience VR right here. Again, saying thank you again for him coming to support us, being here again. Can't make this up. We just run into each other, and he's at work. He's out here working.
Yep. Yes, sir. Out here looking for work all the time with you. Thank you. I had so much fun. I enjoyed watching you play, Parker. You're really good. So yeah, it's amazing, man. So thank you.
And I'm actually for you. You obviously you're coming here. It's your first time. You're coming here. You're just working, right? But seriously, what did you think about TwitchCon? I mean, obviously for never being here, what was your experience?
A little overwhelming, but in a good way. You know, like, oh my goodness, a lot of stuff here. I didn't expect this to be honest, I did not expect it to be this big, and I'm glad it is, you know, because I've already been kind of streaming with it, you know, with screens and everything, messing with it, and I just created my accounts. But seeing this here I was telling Wally, it gives me a lot of motivation, you know, to really put good effort into this, because there's a lot of people that really care about it and care about their streams and care about their followers. So, you know, it's gonna make me step my game up for sure.
All right. And again, where can people get more information about you? Come support you. Come check out your location.
Yeah. So we're on Instagram and Facebook at XPVR Gaming for our virtual reality gaming center. On Twitch, I do stream with my kids. I play Fortnite. Fort_dad. I'm the Fort Dad. So if you get in your clap by the Fort Dad, that's me. I'm like, but yeah, thank you. Yeah.
If you get clapped by me, that's at 2K. Put that Madden in. I see no 2K and no Madden over here for the brothers over here supposed to be playing. Anybody want that 2K? It's Dangalang right here in the back. Go ahead and Dangalang. You can find me over there on the Xbox, Microsoft, or anything. I'll beat you in. But folks, seriously, thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for supporting the Twitch and obviously gamers. When I heard again from a rumor, I heard it's going to be back here in San Diego next year. Again, we already know for our Comic-Con, so this should be an easy transition back to bringing this back home here. So again, we'd like to thank you. Screens.com. That's SKREENS. That's Screens.com. Again, I'm going to give a shout out to Spencer. I know his arm is hurting. He needs some CBD oils and stuff on his arm. Keep that swelling down. I also like to say thank you to, that's right, Lynn Birch from Birch Aquarium. No, I'm kidding. But that's big. Birch Aquarium's big out here in San Diego. It's really, honestly. Wally Wang's here. Wally's son, baby Wally Wang, is also here. You know what I'm saying? Parker. We also have Pam. We got everybody in the back. And also Donald. Everybody's here, folks. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy life. And I'm going to beat you in 2K. Who's next? Peace.
Who's next?